श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। In the first shloka, there are 8 Upadeshas, and we have seen 7 of them. Vedo nityam adhiyatam taduitam karma swanushtiyatam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachiti kamme matistyajyatam papogha paridhuyatam. Up to this, if you follow the instructions, it gives the purity of mind. Then serious thinking. Bhavasukhe doshonusandhyatam. One should inquire and understand that what we generally consider as sukham in our worldly life, actually that is also dukkham only. There are many doshas. We discussed some of them. Worldly dukkham is understood as dukkham, but worldly sukham also is dukkham. That is difficult to understand. But the one who understands that, then he wants to know what is above both of them. And that is called Atma Sukham. Therefore, say Atmecha Vyavasiyatam. Then intensify your longing for self-knowledge. And when it becomes very strong, then Nija Gruhat Turanam Vinirgamyatam. Then Turanam Shigram, quickly just come out of your house for good. Now, some people feel frightened. But remember, this instruction is only number 8. Not in the beginning. Did he say in the beginning? No. Because if an unprepared person just leaves like that the home, it will be misery for that person, it will create problem for others, and of course his family members. That's what Bhagavan has not said. Only when the mind is purified, bhava sukha, how it is dosha is understood, then desire for knowledge is clear, then that person really cannot live also in that place. Say, now, I want to gain this knowledge. It's not a surprise. Now, how many of our people were born in small villages, studied there, but when they had longing for higher knowledge, what they did? They left their villages. They went to the cities in India, and when they found that there are subjects which they are not available in Indian universities, then they live in India also. Don't they do? Because when you have got that intense desire for the other's knowledge, you have to drop the earlier thing. So here, when Atmajnana Ichha, that is the highest, no sacrifice is big there. Nija Gruhat Turanam Vinirgamyatam. Now sometimes people ask, is it not possible to realize God staying in the house, grihasthashrama, and living there? It is never said it is not possible. But the point is, why do you want to remain there? That is more important. Are you afraid of living? Afraid of losing all those comforts and pleasures? If someone is attached to all that comfortable living of the family, and therefore he said, no, living here also it is possible, then we say not possible. But if someone has got real vairagya, and then because of some reason that person has to remain, even in grihasthashram, that will not be a problem. That person can get knowledge there also. Otherwise, if people are there, only superficially they say, oh, I am not attached, to tea or coffee. If I get it, it is all right. If I don't get, it is all right. Because he gets 10 times sitting in the house. And one day if he doesn't get it, all over his face it is written, I didn't have my tea, I didn't have my tea. Such people who are attached to all these household things, and then they say, sitting here also I can get this knowledge. And they suddenly give the example of Janak Maharaj. Where is Janak Maharaj? You are only Janak of one child. Janak. Only this, that is only similarity. A father of Janak means father, a father of a child. That's all. It is not possible then. So point is very clear. And other thing, once that desire becomes really very, very intense and strong, nothing can hold him there. Nija gruhat turnam vinirgamyatam. Of course, at this instruction, literally, person will live. Because of some reason that he has to stay, that is a different thing. But still, his mind will be only in reveling in that knowledge. And for worldly purposes, that person will not be very useful then in the family. But our Gurudev also has said, commenting on this, immediate meaning is just leaving the house. But ultimate meaning is all our house is the body. In this we are living permanently, that this is my house and this is me. We have to come out of that body identification. That is finally, actually, the whole purpose is that only. This body is like a house and we are so much attached to it. Come out of that. But in the beginning, the meaning will be, now leave. As I gave so many examples, in our worldly life also that is happening or not. Nija gruhat turnam vinirgamyatam. This is the 8th instruction or upadesh. Okay, somebody left the house. Then what? Then, sometime, just leaving and all that, it's all right. But then what to do thereafter? That is very crucial. And therefore, now the next shloka gives very important then instructions. Remember, whether somebody has left the home or not, even if somebody is at home and is a spiritual seeker, for that person also these instructions are very important. Actually, the entire sadhana panchakam. But the one who has devoted his or her life only for this pursuit, what to talk of that then? Let us see now. Second shloka. Sangha satsu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhaktir drudhadhiyatam shantyadi parichiyatam dridataram karmashu santyajyatam sadvidvan upasrupyatam pratidinam tatpaduka sevyatam brahmaikaksharamarthyatam shruti shiro vakyam samakarnyatam. Important is, once you leave that home, see that you live in the company of good people, noble people, spiritual minded people. Sangha satsu vidhiyatam. Satsangaha kartavyaha. And Gurudev has made one point very clear. Satsanga does not mean only that you find some Satpurusha and only you live with that person and never participate in any of his teaching, Because it is found, लोग गुरु को मानते हैं, गुरु की नहीं मानते. They respect, admire Guru or Sadhu Purush or even the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. लेकिन teaching of Bhagavad Gita they don't respect. Then what is use? So Bhagavan says and Gurudev says satsang means satsangatva in Bhajagovinda. That means not only living in a company of sadhu, but your companionship must be there. That means how they live, what they teach, what they are instructing you. You must learn and follow that. That is important. Because remember, our mind cannot remain empty. Because for the house it has come out, so that has left. But something higher is not gained, then what will happen? Either it will become lazy, or again go back to the old ways. That is very, very dangerous. That's not a great way of living. So that's why I said, now what is important is, your company should be of good people. If you find such people, there is nothing like that. But such sahityam, good literature should be there. At least such seekers who are also on this path, live in their company, then have such kind of discussions also with them. In other words, the mind should remain motivated. Even modern days in companies and factories and all that, all these owners, they are all the time how to keep their people motivated. That's why how motivational speakers are there. And here, this person has got great responsibility on himself or herself, whoever that seeker is, to keep oneself motivated. Because immediate, you may not find a guru, you may not find any such kind of thing where you can relax and learn, now I found I can learn. Difficult. Therefore, mind should be really, really devoted, occupied with all noble thoughts. That's why in the Vedas also said, Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha. May noble thoughts come to us from all directions. And also it says, Tanme Manah Shiva Sankalpamastu. My own mind also entertain noble, auspicious thoughts, and may noble thoughts keep coming to me from everywhere. You have to keep in that. Otherwise, as I said, either it will become lazy, or again falls back on the same old, and then they feel so disheartened. I left and I found nothing. And they become so discouraged that if another seeker happens to come there, they will advise, go back, go back. I am not joking, because they didn't find anything. Don't commit the mistake as I committed. Go back to family life. That is better. What is this? This will happen. Therefore, this satsanga is very, very important, because then whatever vairagya the person has developed, that will be strengthened further. And that vairagya, the more vairagya, the clarity of thinking is there then. You can think objectively. And the next instruction, according to me, is the most important one. Bhagavato bhaktir dృఢా dhiyatam. One must develop very strong and firm, unshakable devotion for God. Even though you may not know what God is, but if you know God is, that is enough. And make your devotion very, very strong. Why I tell you this is the most important? There is a reason. And the reason is, you see, when a person joins a medical college or engineering college, law college, arts, commerce, whatever college, that person knows very clearly what is medical science, what is the syllabus, what will be taught, what degree that person will have, what practice he can do. Correct? That's why if the son wants to join medical college, engineering college, the parents don't have much objection. Because it is known. And even if you join the medical college in India or in UK or in US, the same subjects will be taught properly, no? Some standard will be higher, lower, that is different thing. But it is not a one place. It is said the heart is on the right side, somewhere it is on the left side, and somewhere it is in the stomach only. Of course, very, very rare cases the heart is on the right side, very rare cases. That was, they have got some technical name for that. But then, it is taught clearly or not, same thing. If you study mathematics, the same maths will be taught. Not in our school, 2 plus 2 is 5. There it is 2, 2 plus 2 is 3. No such thing. Right? So when you go to these fields of knowledge, you know what it is, what you can expect, what degree you will have, what the prospects of even livelihood and any other thing. But I tell you, when a person goes for the spiritual seeking, there is no such thing. How many schools of thoughts are there? At different places, they emphasize on different things. This is the only way of realization. This is the only truth is that is. That is the only thing. Such variety. How will you know? Sometimes because of this, they are very intimidating, confusing. Sometimes your own confidence also may dwindle. Their only support is only the Lord alone. And that bhakti, that devotion is that first is only just trust in God. The nature of that devotion, trust. No reasoning, no explanations needed. That I have such trust in God. He will not let me down. Oh Lord, this desire for knowledge also only you have created in my mind. As I was living my own life. Why you have done this? Now, if you have created, only you will have to fulfill it also. You will have to guide. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Lead me from unreal to real. From darkness to light and from death to immortality. Only you can show that path. such trust, such love, and even if there are difficulties, this, that, nothing matters. My Lord is with me. This kind of feeling, I am your servant, I am your child. Bhagavato bhaktir drihadhyatam. According to me, this is the most important thing. When a person has left no idea what is the goal, what is the means, any number of people you go on asking, everybody goes on giving so many different views and paths and whatnot. As we study Vedanta, we'll see that how many thoughts are there. This is one thing. Satsangaha kartavyaha bhakti drudhadhiyatham. Make your devotion firm, strong. That trust in God should be there firm. And then, one must do one's own sadhana also. And that is Shantyadi Parichiyatam. Imbibe. One must imbibe these virtues like Shanti, Danti. Otherwise called as Shamaha, Damaha. Shama means the peace of mind, that it doesn't get disturbed, perturbed, frightened, tempted, agitated because of all external kind of situations. They are called Shamaha, Manas Sanyamaha. If sometimes mind gets disturbed, sit down quietly and think, why my mind is disturbed? Why it is worried? Calm down that. Calm it down. In the same way, the senses, Damaha means Indriya Sanyam. They also start getting attracted to, because that senses are very naturally attracted towards world of objects only. So sometimes we get disturbed because our senses are perceiving something. Sometimes the mind only gets disturbed and the mind only says, let me go out and do this and that and all that. So even if you are not in an ashram, even if some satsang is not there and you are all alone, still that you have to see that the mind and senses, they remain calm, quiet. To the extent possible. Of course, that is not very easy. The reason is simple. It is something like, only child, in the family. Whatever the child wants, the parents go on giving. Giving and give in. The child, little loud screaming, okay. Then the child becomes like that. He's not child, he's wild. Difficult to make him mild. And at that time, suppose you say, no, you have spoiled it. All our senses and mind, we have gratified them up till now. So sometimes they become very revolting, rebellious also. But you have to understand why it is happening. Don't go on cursing them immediately. But drudhataram karmashu santyajyatam. Prompted by this kind of restlessness of mind or desire or external temptation, if they are prompting you to do some kind of karma, stop that. Karma ashu, quickly. They say, nip in the bud. See, these instructions are given, but we all know that it is not that very, very easy also. But there is one very nice thing, It is difficult, therefore only worth doing. Right? Easy thing, everybody just goes on to what is the big thing about it? Huh? And also, if a person doesn't give up, doesn't quit, and then goes on and on and on, the same thing becomes easy also. You must have seen all that, Any subjects you learn, whatever, in the beginning it may appear difficult, but if you just pay attention, take interest, concentrate, try again, and then when you are able to get it, the joy is so great. Oh, I got it. Sometimes difficult problems are there, whether mathematical problem or any other kind of problem. And when you are able to solve it, they say when the going gets tough, it is the tough who keeps going. The corollary is when the going gets tough, everybody leaves. अरे बड़ा टफ है भैया तो difficult. It is difficult, but it is noble, and therefore it is worth doing, whatever the price you have to pay. This world is like a big mall and shop, So many things are there, material things in a shop, but there is a price tag. That's what Tulsidas ji said one place. Sakal padarth hai jag mahi, karmahin nar pavat nahi. Everything is available in the world, but you have to pay the price. See, if you want very easy life, you have to pay the price very heavy afterwards. But if you really are ready to pay any price for that, then your joy is permanent only. Therefore, karma ashu santyajyatam. Those karmas who are opposed to the spiritual growth and detrimental to that health, and they are coming because of your desire and then you cannot stop it, then such karmas will create problem. Therefore, try your best. That's why I said Bhagavad Bhakti is important, because Bhagwan only has to give that Shakti, Buddhi, Dhruti. Bhagwan has to give. Bhagwan. That's why I say Sanga Satsu Vidhiyatam, Bhagavato Bhaktir Drudhadhiyatam, Shantyadi Parichiyatam, Drudataram Karma Ashu Santyajyatam. So now we have seen 8 plus 4, 12. Other we'll see tomorrow. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram. Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।